guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check the video out. Just got a quick one for you guys today. I want to do a 1-minute video on like the best fishing tip you're ever going to hear on YouTube. It's only a minute long. It's probably, if you adhere to this tip and try this tip out, there's probably not going to be another thing that you could do over the course of the next year that's going to add up to more fish for you guys. So we'll get into that in today's video. Now, first of all, what I'm going to be talking about here is the ability and the discipline to completely immerse yourself in each cast fully. Now, I'm going to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about, sort of draw an analogy, then I'm going to explain more. A lot of you guys that follow the channel, you know that I used to fight competitively back in my younger days. And one of the things I'll tell you about fighting competitively and being around a lot of fighters is there is a universe of difference between somebody that is a trained, disciplined fighter that fights with the art form of fighting versus somebody like some redneck in a jacked up pickup that runs into a bar that thinks they're a fighter. There's no difference. It's like every single time there's no way that an unskilled fighter, regardless how good they think they are, is going to beat a professional, disciplined, trained fighter that fights with an art form. Same way with your casting. What I want to talk about here real quick is the quality of each cast you make and the focus and the discipline you put into that cast. If you adhere to what I'm going to tell you right here, you should be mentally exhausted by the end of the day. So let's say, for example, you make your cast out there. As soon as your cast is made and your lure hits the water, you need to actually go inside of your lure and actually pretend that you are in your lure and you're seeing everything. Let's say you're inside of a crankbait and you're steering this little crankbait. That crankbait's wobbling down like that, and you're feeling yourself bouncing off rocks and deflecting off objects like that, and you're feeling that as you're running. And it's like when you make that cast, you're picturing yourself if you were inside this little crankbait, and the entire time that you're picturing yourself in this little crankbait going over objects and bouncing through targets, bouncing through structure and everything, you're expecting a bass to come up and bite you at any time. That is what you have to do, guys, to maximize your cast, to actually turn fishing into an art form, is you have to feel and you have to be 100% present in every second of your cast, from the time it hits the water until the time you pull it out of the water. And while you're doing this, you've got to constantly expect a strike every single cast. It's like there's not a single cast that you make all day long where you're not reeling that crankbait or that spinnerbait and you're not expecting to get that cast at any second. Now, this is a mental discipline that allows you to stay present and in the moment and focused, and that way you don't ever miss anything. You'll never miss a strike because you're prepared for it. You'll get to be in tune with the feel of the bottom. You'll get to be aware of the structures that are down there. And it puts you on a different level. It puts you on the level of like the professional trained fighter versus the amateur dude that thinks he knows how to fight, that he doesn't know how to fight. And that is the discipline you have to acquire to elevate yourself to the next level as a professional, or not a professional, but as a bass angler. Every single marquee top level bass angler in the history of the sport understands what I'm talking about. Just the same about as you guys out there, and any of you guys out there that are trained fighters, you know what I'm talking about when I talk about the art form of it. So anyway, quick tip, guys, stay present in your cast, focus on it 100% of the time, expect a bite every time. It's going to add up to some good success for you guys. So we'll talk later.